Who's there?
Friends to this ground.
Ambassment to the Dane!
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What? Has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Oh, Horatio says this, but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him touching this dreadful sight twice seen of us. Therefore, I entreat him along with us once the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition comes, he may have our eye to speak to it.
Tush, tush. Twill not appear.
Sit down a while, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we 2 nights have seen.
Well, sit we down and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made his course to that part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating 1.
Peace! Break the oath! Look where it comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
That thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio!
Looks it not like the king? Mark it, Horatio!
Most like. Harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to!
Question him, Horatio!
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with the fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Speak! Speak, stay and speak!
This gone, I will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on't?
By my Lord God, I might not have this believed without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
It's not like the king.
As thou art to thyself, so frowned he once when in angry parle he smote the sledded Polacks on the ice. It is most strange.
It's twice before, on a jump of this dead hour. With martial stalk, has it gone by a watch?
In what particular thought to work I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state. Soft. Lo, where it comes again. Cross it though it blast me. Stay, illusion. If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done, which may do thee ease and grace to me, speak. If thou art privy to thy nation's fate, which, haply foreknowing, may avoid, speak. Or if thou hast apported in thy life extorted treasures in the womb of earth, for which they say your spirits oft walk in death, speak. Speak. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Shall I strike at it with my partisan?
Do if it will not stand.
Tis here!
Tis here!
It's gone! We do it wrong, being so majestical to offer the show of violence, whilst it is us bare, invulnerable, and our big, most malicious mockery.
Look, the dawn of western men clad watchful and being beyond height to the hill. Break me up our watch. By my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For by my life, this spirit is unto us, will speak to him. What say you? Shall we acquaint him with it, as we do in our loves, fitting our duty?
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know where we shall find it most convenient.
So yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, imperial jointress to this warlike state have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth and funeral, and with dirge and marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along, for all our thanks. But now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose thy foot. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes? That shall not be my offer, not my asking. The head is not more native to the heart. The hand more instrumental to the mouth than is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence, though willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in the coronations, yet now I must confess that duty done. My thoughts and wishes bend again toward France, bow to the bridge.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave, my laborsome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my heart consent. beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Lingard, tis time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. And now, my cousin Hamlet and my son. How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I'm too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend of Denmark. Not forever will thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Knowest it's common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
Me? It's so particular with thee.
Seas? Nay, it is. I know not seas. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath. No, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together with all forms, moved shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for their actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passes show. These with the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father, that father lost his, and the survivor found in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow, but to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, and understanding simple and unstable. Wow! For what we know must be, and is as common as any the most vulgar thing to say. Why should we, in our peevish opposition, tip it to heart? Fine! It's a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, and whose and most absurd its common theme is death of fathers, and who still hath cried, from the first corpse till he that died today, this must be so. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart toward you. For your intent in going back to school in Winterburg, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet, I pray thee. Stay with us. Go not to Winterburg.
Shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why? 'Tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark, madam. Come. This gentle and unfortunate court of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart in grace whereof no jot can tell that Denmark drinks today, but the great cannon to the clouds shall tell. And the king's rouse, the heavens shall bruit again, re-speaking earthly thunder. Come away.
This too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. That the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it. Oh, fie, 'tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. That it should come to this, but 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king there was to this Hyperion to unsater, so loving to my mother, that he might not between the winds of heaven visit her face too often. Heaven and earth, must I remember? Why, she would hang on him, as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet within a month, a little month, or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, old tears, why she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules, within a month. And yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left a fleshing in her gullet eyes. She married, O most wicked speech, most such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. It breaks my heart. I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
Glad to see you well. Horatio, I do forget myself.
Say, my lord, and your poor servant, Kevin.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio?
My lord, a true disposition.
I would not hear your enemy say so, nor shall you do my ear that violence to make a trustor of your own report against yourself. Truant? What is your affair at Elsinore? Teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray they do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift! Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man, taken for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw? Who?
The king, your father.
The king, my father!
Seasoned your admiration for a while with an attent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you. 2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead waste in the middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure like your father appears before them, and with slow and solemn march goes stately by. Thrice he walked by their oppressed and fear-surprised eyes, whilst they, still almost yelling at the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to them. This to me in dreadful secrecy part they did. I would then the 3rd night watch, where, as they had delivered both in time, form of the thing each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more alike.
Well, where was this?
My lord, up on the platform where we watch.
Did you not speak to him?
I did, my lord, but answer made it none. Yet, once it lifted up its head and did address itself as if it would speak. But even then the morning cock grew loud, and at the sound it shrunk in haste away and vanished from our sight.
It is very strange.
I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true. And we did think it writ down in our duty to tell you of it.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you.
Armed, my lord.
What looks he? Frowningly?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
Fixed his eyes upon you.
Most constantly.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you,
Like, stayed it long.
as one with moderate haste might tell 100.
Longer.
Not when I saw it.
His beard was grizzled, no?
It was as I have seen it in his life, a sable silver.
I will watch tonight. Perchance we'll walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence still. And whatsoever else shall have tonight, give it an understanding, but no tongue. I will requite your lust. So fare you well. Upon the platform, 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Oh, your honor.
Your loves as mine to you. Farewell. Father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come. Till then sit still my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. Sister, as the winds give benefit and convoy is assisted, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet leaf from kindly nature. Forward, not permanent. Sweet, not lasting. The perfume its appliance of a moment, no more.
No more but self.
Think it no more. For nature, crescent, does not grow alone in thews and bulk, but as his temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide withal. Perhaps he loves you now. And now no soil nor coggle doth besmirch the virtue of his will, but you must fear his greatness weighed. His will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed with the voice and yielding of that body, or of his the head. Then, if he says he loves you, the main voice in Denmark goes with all. Little loss no honor may sustain. You hear you listless songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister. And keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. The chariest maid is prodigal enough that she unmask your beauty for boon.
I shall the effect of this good message walk to my heart. But good, my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do show me the seat of thorny way to heaven, while like a pup their reckless liberty himself Primrose hath stallions treads, and vex not his own breed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long. But here my father comes. The double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second lead.
Get here, Laertes. Aboard, aboard. Shame. The wind sits on the shoulder of thy sail, and you are stayed for. There. Blessing with thee. These few precepts in thy memory wilt thou carry. If thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought is act, be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast and their adoption tried, lap them into thy soul with hoops of steel. Do not dull thy thought with each new-hatched, unfledged courage. Beware entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of life. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night today. Thou canst not bend the walls to the Farewell, blessed seasons.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Time invite you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I've said.
It is in my memory long, and you yourself shall repeat it.
Farewell.
What is Ophelia he hath sent you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Mary, ill bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very often late given private time to you. And you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If this be so, as so 'tis put on me, and that in way of caution, I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honor. What is between you? Give me the truth.
He hath, my lord of late, made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Pooh! You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love and honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to, go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns how prodigal the soul whence the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promises it is a making. You must not take her fire. From this time, be something scanter of your maiden presence. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your way.
Shall obey.
The air bites. It is very cold.
It's nipping in an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. It then drove near the spirit in which the season in which the spirit held his wont to walk. My lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blasts from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. Or call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me, let me not burst in ignorance, but tell where thy canonized foes, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. Why, the sepulchre wherein we saw thee quietly interred, hath oped his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. May this mean that thou, dead corpse again in complete steel, revisits thus the glimpse of the moon, making night hideous and fools of nature so horridly to shake our disposition, with thoughts beyond the reaches of our souls. Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
He beckons you to come away with it as if it's some impartment desired to you alone.
Not without odious action, it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
No, by no means.
Speak. Then I will follow it.
You cannot go, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee. And for my soul, what can it do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? It waves me forth again. I'll follow it.
Do not go, my lord!
Put off your hands!
Be ruled, my lord! You shall not go!
My fate cries out, and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as the Nemean lion's nerve. Still am I called? Unhand me, gentlemen! By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
Waxes desperate with imagination.
Well, let's follow. It does not fit us to obey him.
Avast, what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct you.
Nay, let's follow him.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me,
I will.
my hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So what that then do thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy host, doomed to a certain term to walk the land, and for the day confined to fasting fires, to the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, make thy two eyes like stars start from their spheres, freeze thy young blood, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon the fretted porcupine. The laser must not feed to ears of flesh and blood. List, if thou didst ever thy dear father love,
Oh, God!
revenge his most foul and unnatural murder. Murder! Most foul, as in the best it is. But this, most foul, strange and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I fight thee unwell, and dollar shouldst thou be than the fat weed that roots itself in ease on leafy wharf. Wouldst thou not follow through it? Now Hamlet here, it is given out, and sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death rankly abused. And know thou, Lord, the serpent that did sting thy father's life, now where's his crown?
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of its wits, the traitorous gift, oh, wicked gifts that have the power so to seduce, one to his most shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Now, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was that of dignity, that it went hand in hand with the love I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were born to those of mine. Methinks I sent the morning air, with let me be, sleeping in my orchard, my custom always in the afternoon. Upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Lebanon in a vine, and in the porches of my ears did pour the luckless distiller, whose effect had such enmity with blood of man that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor doth posset and curd, and with like eager droppings in the milk of the thin and wholesome blood. Thus did it work. And a most instant tether part the valley, most lads are like with vile and loathsome thrust all my smooth body. Thus was I, sleeping, and I orchard, by a brother's hand, at once dispatched of life, of crown, of queen, cut off even in the blossoms of my sins. Unhoused, disappointed, unhappy, no reckoning made, but sent to my affection with all my imperfections on my head. They are horrible, most horrible! If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. Whatsoever thou pursuest the act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Fairly well it was. glowworm shows the matter to be near against the pale his uneffectual fire. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Remember,
Oh, you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fine, hold my heart. And you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee. Aye, thou poor ghost whose memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee. From the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, all stores of books, all forms, all precious past, the youth and observation copied there. And thy command and all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven. O most pernicious woman. O villain. Villain, smiling, damned villain. Okay, it is I set it down that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is adieu. Adieu. Remember me?
My
I
lord!
have sworn it.
My lord!
Lord Hamlet!
Heaven secure him!
Hello, ho, my lord!
Hello, hello, boy, come, bird, come.
How is my noble lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord. Tell it.
No, he will reveal it.
Not I, my lord.
No, I'm the lord.
I'll say it, and what heart of man once think of your secret?
I'm
Why?
the heaven.
There's never a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Right, you are in the right, and so without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shake hands and inform you that your business and desire shall point you, for every man hath business and desire, such as it is. For my own poor part, I will go.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I am sorry they offend you, heartily. Yes, fate, heartily.
There is no offense, my lord.
Yes, by St. Patrick, but there is Horatio, and much offense too. Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost. That let me tell you. For your desire to know what is between us, overmaster it, as you will. And now, good friends, as you are, friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, my lord, not I.
No, I, my lord, in faith.
Upon my sword.
Have sworn, my lord, already.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed! Swear! Swear!
Oh! Day and night, this is wonder strange.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Here as before, never, so help you mercy, how strange or odd soever I bear myself as I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, that you, at such time seeing me, never shall, with arms encumbered thus with this head shake, or by pronouncing some doubtful phrase, as well, we know, or we could, and if we would, or if we list to speak, or there be, and if they might, or such ambiguous giving out to note that you know aught of me, this do swear. So grace and mercy at your most need help you. Swear! Rest, rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love, I do commend me to you. And what so poor a man as Hamlet is may do to express his love and friending to you, God willing shall not lack. Let us go in together, and still, with fingers on your lips, I pray. Time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come, let's go together.
My lord! My lord! I've been so afraid.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his double embrace, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, with a look so piteous and purport as if he had been lucid out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
That for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
Oh, what said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then he goes to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand on his brow thus, goes to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised his sighs so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all his bulk end his being. That done, he lets me go. And with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps. To the last, bended their light on me.
Go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings as oft as any passion under heaven that doth afflict our natures. I'm sorry, what? Have you given him any hard words of late?
No, but good my lord, as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared it did but trifle and meant to rack thee, but shrew my jealousy. By heaven, it is as proper to our age to cast beyond ourselves and our opinions as it is for the younger sort of discretion. Come, go we to the king.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? So I call it since nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was what it should be. More than his father's death that thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself I cannot dream of. I entreat you both that being of so young days brought up with him and since so neighbor to his youth and behavior that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time. So by your companies to draw him on to the horses and to gather, so much as from occasion you may glean whether aught else unknown is the open lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am two men there is not living to do him more adheres. It will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to spend your time with us a while for the supply and profit of our folk. Visitation shall receive such thanks as fit the king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might by the sovereign power you have in us. Great pleasures will command.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bet to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son.
My liege, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is. Why, day is day, night night, and time is time. We're nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is't but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity. And pity 'tis true. Foolish figure. But farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant it. And now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather the cause of this defect. For this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus. Pen, I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who in her duty and obedient bark hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. Now that's an ill phrase. Vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But that you shall hear. Thus, in her excellent white bosom, these, etc.
Send this from Hamlet.
Stay thou. I will be there. Doubt thou the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. O most best, believe it. Adieu. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him. Hamlet. This in obedience hath my daughter shown me, and more above hath his solicitudes, as they call it out, by time, by means, and place, all given to my ear.
How has she received his love?
Well, what do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so. But what might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing? As I must tell you that before my daughter came. What might you, or my dear Majesty, your queen here, think if I had played the desk or table book, or made of my heart a winking mute and dumb, or looked upon this love with idle sight? What might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress, thus I made me speak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star. This must not be. And then I prescripts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort. Receive no messages, except no tokens. Which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he, repelled, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence into a watch, thence into a weakness, thence into a lightness, and by this declension, into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
Maybe.
Very like. Never been such a time. I would fain know that I have positively said 'tis so when it proved otherwise.
Not that I know.
Well, take this from this if it be otherwise. If circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed within the center.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
He does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. You and I behind an arras then. Mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereof, then that leaveth no assistant to estate, but keep a farm and carters.
You will try it.
Look, sadly, the poor wretch comes reading.
Away, I do beseech you both, away. I will board him presently, skipping these days. How does my good lord Hamlet?
Well, God have mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Did I wish you were so honest a man?
Honest, my lord?
I, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, there's to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
Or if the sun breed maggots and a dead dog being a good kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
You're not walking the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, oh, good.
But say you by that. Still harping on my daughter. Yet he knew me not at first. He said it was a fishmonger. He is far gone. And yet in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love very near this. I'll speak with him again. My lord, what do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between whom?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slander, sir, for the satirical rogue says here that all men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes spurting thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. Oh, and sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, so grow old as I am, if like a crab you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness that madness often hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. My lord, I will take my leave of you.
You cannot take from me anything that I will not more willingly part withal, except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord. Go and speak with the Lord Hamlet. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord, my most dear lord.
My excellent good friends, how dost thou give things turn? Our Rosencrantz, good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist or in the middle of her favors?
Faith, her private
The
suite.
secret parts of fortune almost true. She is a strumpet. What news?
None, my lord, but the world's grown upon us.
Kind of doomsday. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
then is the world one?
A goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
You think not so, my lord?
Why then 'tis none to you, for there's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a proof. But, in the beaten way of friendship, what take you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. I'm sure my friends, my thanks are due to your companion.
Look at play.
Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Oh, come, make speed.
What should we say, my lord?
Anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not crafted enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the constancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear, a better proposer can charge you withal. Be even indirect with me, whether you are sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you, if you know. Hold on.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery and your secrecy that the king and queen will grow better. I have of late, wherefore I know not lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise. And indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, with you, this brave, o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and movement, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. Nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We coated them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
As the king shall be welcome, his majesty shall have tribute of me, and the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse will halt for it. What players are we?
Even those who are wont to take such delight in the tragedians of the city.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands, come. You heard this welcome, this fashion and ceremony that we comply with you in this garb, as I extend to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outward. Should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome. But my uncle, father, and aunt mother are to see.
In what, my lord?
I am but mad north-northwest, when the wind is southerly. I know a hop from a hand's.
Well, be with you, gentlemen.
Thank you, comes to tell me of the players' market. You say right, sir. Monday morning, 'twas then indeed.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When
My lord,
Erastus
the
was
actors
acting-
are come hither, my lord. The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, mystery, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene undividable and limited. Senate, do not be too heavy, nor plaudits too light. For the very law, writ, and the liberty, these are the only ones.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou!
What treasure had he, my lord?
Why, one fair daughter, and no more, that which she loved in passing well.
Still on my daughter.
First row of the pious Jansen will show you more, but look, where my abridgment comes. You're welcome, friends, welcome. Good friends. Oh, friend, my thy face is valiant since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? But my young lady and mistress, we'll e'en to it like French falconers. Fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, passionate. What speech? I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not of a prince. For the play, I remember, please, not the million, 'twas caviar to the general, but it was, as I received it, and others whose judgments in such matters cried on the top of my an excellent play, well digested in the scenes. One speech that I chiefly loved was Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially when it speaks of cry and slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. Rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. It is not so. It begins with this. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble when he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot now is he total gules, horridly tricked with blood, of mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, with eyes like carbuncles. The hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam, seeks him. So proceed.
For God, my lord, well spoken, and with good accent and good discretion.
Anon he fights, striking too short, and creeps, his antique sword rebellious to his arm. Wise word falls, repugnant to command. An equal match, Pyrrhus and Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the width and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top, from top the base to his base, flaming top to his base. Then, with his sword just declining upon the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemingly out to stick. The equal vengeance sets him new a work, and never did Pyrrhus. No, did Cyclops hammers fall on Mars on reports, prove it turned with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword falls on Priam.
Out, thou stupid fortune!
This is too long.
Shout to the barbers with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of Baudry, or he sleeps. Say on. Come then, heck you.
But who, Awo, hath seen the marbled queen?
Marbled queen.
That's good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison brood. A clout upon the head where lace the diadems do. And for a robe, about how long can all overesteem the loins? A blanket, in the alarm of a few quarter. This had seen, in tongue with venom steeped, gainst the fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made. Unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made miss the burning eyes of the heaven and passion in the gods.
Look where her face hasn't changed color, and there's tears in her eyes. Prithee, no more.
As well, I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you had better have a bad epitaph than their good report.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
Gus Bodkin, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them after their own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty.
Come, sir.
Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzaga? I might. We'll have it tomorrow night. But you could, for a need, study a speech of some dozen or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in. Could you not? I might. Very well. Follow that, Lord, and look you. My good friends, I'll leave you tonight. You are welcome. Good, my lord. Aye. So, goodbye to you. Now I'm alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force her soul so to her own conceit, that from her working all her visage wan, tears in her eyes, distraction in her aspect, a broken voice, and her whole function suiting with forms to her conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to her, that she should weep for her? What would she do, as she the motive and the cue from action that I have? She would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy meddled rascal, peak like John a Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing, no, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my plate across. Swoons, I should take it. For it cannot be that I'm pigeon-livered and lack gall to make a passion bitter, or ere this, I should have fatted all the raging kites with this slave's awful bloody body villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! What an ass am I. This is most grave. That I, the son of a dear father murdered, must like a whore unpack my heart with words, and fall a-cursing like a very drab scullion. Fine, so, it's about my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he do blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be a devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have perhaps more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
And can you, by no drift of conference, get from him why he puts on this confusion, rating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof, and we would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
He receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
No, but with much forcing of his disposition.
Figured of question, but of our demands most free in his reply.
Did you say him to any pastime?
Madame, it so fell out that certain players we bore out on the way, of these we told him, and that it seemed in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They're here about the court, and as I think, they have already ordered this night to lay before him.
'Tis most true, and ye beseech me to have your majesties hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, but it does my content to hear. I would gently give him a further edge, and drive his purpose on to his delight.
We shall, mother.
We, Gertrude, leave us to him. For we have closely sent Hamlet hither, that he, as it were by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself will so bestow ourselves that seeing, unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge and gather by him, as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love, or know that thus he suffers for.
Shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, wish that your good youth be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way and build your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book that shows such an exercise may color your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved that with devotion's visage and pious action, we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. How smart a lesson
The harlot's cheek beauty of plastering art is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. Oh, heavy burden.
My lord, I hear him coming. Let's withdraw.
Yet not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by sleep to say we end a heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, no more, to sleep. Chance to dream, There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of disprized love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient man to the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who with fardels dare to grunt and sweat under a weary life? But the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will. Makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Conscience does make cowards of us all. In us, the native hue of resolution is sicklier with a pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment. In this regard, the currents turn awry, lose the name of action. Ophelia, nymph, my orisons be all my sins removed.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well,
My lord, I have remembrances of yours I have long longed to be delivered. I pray you now receive them.
but I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with the words of so sweet breath, host has made the things more rich. Their perfect law speaks again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the lord of
With thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent on this, but yet I could accuse me of such things, that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious. We more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in. Imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are arrant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou dost, I'll give thee this plague. Lie down, and be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Farewell. Or if thou on these marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Heavenly powers restore him!
What God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, and you amble, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures, and with your wantonness, your ignorance go to. I'll no more on it. It has made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go.
What a noble mind is here our throne! The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose in the fair state. woe is me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love? His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little. It's not like madness. There's something in his soul, or which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which, for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. We shall with speed to England for the demand of our neglected tribute. Happily the seas and countries different, the variable object shall expel to something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you want?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. If you hold it fit, play with his queen mother, all alone, entreating to show his grief. And I so please you, will be there in the ear of all their comrades. If she find him not, then to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not be watched over.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many players do, I had it leave it. Town criers spoke my line. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand, Classman. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you overstep not the modesty of nature. For in anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is to hold as twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time, his form and pressure. Oh, there be players that I have seen play, and heard others praise, that have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some of nature's journeymen had made men, and not made them well, they imitated humanity so abominable.
Well, I hope we have reformed that as differently with us.
Go, make you ready. Horatio, nor e'en as just a man as e'er my conversation could.
My good lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, and could of men distinguish her election, she has sealed me to be for herself. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core, and in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. Something much pleasant. You're in the play tonight before the king. Unseen of it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. Even with the very comment of thy soul, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkennel in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen. And my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's stithy. Give him heedful note, for mine eyes will rivet to his face, and after we will both our judgments join in censure of his seeming.
Well, my lord, if you do steal aught whilst the play is playing, escape detecting. I myself will pay the debt.
Coming from play, I must be idle.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, if faith of the chameleon stitch. I eat the air, promise crab. You cannot fish take one, so.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you played once in the university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol.
I was a
Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill so just little captor. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, stay upon your patience.
Hither, my dear, Hamlet's invited.
Oh, good mother, kiss metal more attractive. Do you mark that? Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
I, my lord.
I think I meant country matters.
I think nothing, my lord.
Aha, that's a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
What is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are married, my lord.
Who, I?
I, my lord.
Oh, God, you're only chick maker. What should a man do gladly marry? Philip you? How cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within 2 hours.
Nay, it is twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Nay, then, let the devil wear black, for I'll have a suit of sables. Oh, heavens, died 2 months ago, and not forgotten yet. Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life half year. But, Ber Lady, he better build churches then, or else shall he suffer not thinking on. With the hobby horse, whose epitaph is, for oh, the hobby horse is forgot.
For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
This is a prologue of the Posy of a Ring.
Tis brief, my lord.
As woman's law.
Full 30 years had Phibus cart gone round, Neptune salt wash, and Tellus woven ground. Since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands, unite commutual in most sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon take us again, count over ere not be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your foremost state that I distrust you. Yet, though I distrust the scope what you, my lord, it nothing must.
In faith I must leave thee, and shortly too, by operant powers their functions leave to do, since and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happily once kind, for husband shalt thou...
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband, let me be accursed. Know what the second but who killed the first.
That's wormwood.
The instance is the second marriage move, a base respect of thrift, but none of love. The second time I kill my husband dead, the second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak. What we do determine, oft we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory of violent birth, but more validity. Which now the fruit, unripe, sticks on the tree, but fall unshaken when they mellow be. So think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
No earth to me give food, no heaven light. Sport a repose, walk from me day and night. To desperation turn my trust and hope, and anchored chewing prison be my soul. Each opposite that blanks the face of joy, meet what I would have well and I destroy. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be a wife.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rough thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
I like you this morning.
The lady doth protest too much.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
You heard the argument. No offense.
No, they do but jest. Poison and jest, no offense in the world.
Call play.
The mousetrap. Mary, how tropically. This play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name, his wife Baptista. You should see it. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty, we that have free souls, it touches us not. Let the gold jade wince our withers on the road. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
Thoughts black, hands apt, drugs fit, and time agreed. Confederate season, else no creature seeing. Thy mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, on Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, on wholesome life usurped immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago. The story is extant and written in very choice Italian. On how the murder against the love of Gonzago's wife.
In crisis.
There's my lord.
Give her the play!
Give me some light! Away!
Lights! 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 I was stricken here to weep the heart and God and pray. For some must watch while some must sleep. Thus runs the world away. Would not this, sir, and the forest of feathers, if the rest of my fortunes turn Turk with me, get me a fellowship in a cry of players.
A half a share.
Oh, hold one eye. Oh, good Horatio, will take the ghost's word for £1,000. Just proceed.
Aye, my lord.
Upon the talk and the poisoning.
I noted very well, my lord.
Aha! Come, some music. Come, the recorders. For if the king like not the comedy, why then he likes it not pretty. Come, some music.
My lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, oh, whole history.
The king, sir.
Ah, sir, what of him?
He's in his retirement, marvelous distemper.
With drink, sir.
No, sir, with choler.
Your wisdom should show itself more richer to signify this to the doctor. For me to put him to his purgation would perhaps plunge him into more color.
Good my lord, put your discourse into some train, and start out so wildly for my affair.
I am tame, sir.
The queen, sir, your mother, most great affliction of spirit, has sent me to you.
You're welcome.
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. It shall please you to make me an wholesome answer. I shall do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Make your wholesome answer my wit's disease. But, sir, such answers I can make you shall. Or rather, as you say, my mother. Therefore, no more, but is the matter my mother, you say?
Thus she says, your behavior hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Oh, wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. Is there no sequel at the heels of this mother's admiration?
desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me,
And you still by these diggers and stealers?
good my lord. What is the cause of your distemper? You surely bar the door against your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friends.
I lack advances.
How can that be when you have the voice of the king himself for your succession in Denmark?
Yes, sir, but while the grass grows, the proverb is something less than. Oh, recorder! What is he? What's wrong with you? Why do you go about to recover the wind of me as if you would drive me into a toil?
Oh, my lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly.
I do not well understand that. Will you play on his pipe?
Oh, my lord, I cannot.
Agree.
No, believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
It is as easy as lying. Govern these ventages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth. And it will discourse most eloquent music. And look, this stops.
But these cannot command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill. Why?
Look you now, how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. And there's much music, excellent voice, in this little organ, yet cannot you make it speak? Splud, do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you fret me, you cannot play upon me. God bless you, sir.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in shape of a camel?
By the mass, 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it is like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel.
Or like a whale?
Very like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bed. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. It's now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. So, now to my mother. Oh, heart, lose not thy nature. Let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words somever she be shent, to give them seals, never my soul consent.
I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore prepare you. I your commission shall forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you. The terms of our estate may not endure hazard so near us as that the hourly grow out of his brows.
We will ourselves provide. Most holy and religious fear it is to keep these many, many bodies safe that live and feed upon your majesty.
Our move for legal fetters put about this fear, which now goes 2 free-footed.
We will haste us.
My lord, he's going to his mother's closet. Behind the arras, I'll pray myself to hear the process. I'll warrant she'll tax him home. As you said, wisely was it said, 'tis meet that some more audience than a mother, since nature makes them talk, should o'erhear the speech of heritage. Fare you well, my liege. I'll call on you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offenses. Smells of heaven. Hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause, where I shall first begin in both neglect. What if this cursed hand were a little self with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Where to serves mercy, but to confront the visage of offense. And what's in prayer but this twofold force to be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardon being down? Then I'll look up. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. Would be pardoned and retain the faith. In the corrupt occurrence of this world, offenses guilt in hand may shoved by justice, and oft to see the wicked type itself lies out the law. But 'tis not so above. There is no shove. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled even to the teeth and forehead of our faults. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can, or can it not? Yet what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state! Struggling to be free are more engaged. Help, angels! Make a say, bow, stubborn knees, and heart, the strings of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
I do it now. He's a praying. And now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenged. That would be scanned. A villain kills my father, and for that, I, his sole son, do this same villain send to heaven. But this is higher in salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown as flush as May. And how his audit stands, who knows, save heaven. But in our circumstance and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged, to take him in the purging of his soul, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Upsort, I know thou a more horrid hate, when he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, and the incestuous pleasure of his bed, again swearing some act that has no relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, that his heels may kick in heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell, whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic that prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look you, lay home to him. Thanks have been too broad to bear with, and your grace has screamed and stood between much heat in him. I'll silence me even here. Pray you, be round.
I'll warrant you.
Mother!
Try, they're coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay. Set thus to Nudicus.
Come and sit down. You shall not budge. You go on till I set you on the glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What would that do? That would not murder me! Help! Oh!
What? Who? Help!
Rat! Dead! Dead!
Oh! I'm slain!
Oh, what hast thou done?
No, it isn't the king!
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
Kill a king!
My lady, was my word. Wretched rat, drooping fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune that finds to be too busy is some danger. Leave me of your hands, peace. Sit you down and let me bring your heart, so I shall. If it be made of penetrable stuff. And the custom have not praised it so that it be proof more in its sense.
What have I done that thou durst wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love and sets a blister there. Makes marriage vows as false as Dicer's oaths, such indeed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul. Heaven's face does glow o'er this solidity and compound mass, with tristful visage, as against the doom is thought sick of the act.
I mean, what act? The roar's so loud and thunders in the index.
On this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See, what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command. A culmination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you, what follows? Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Would you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this war? Huh? Have you eyes? I cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame, it's humble, and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment? Which step from this to this? Oh shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutant in a matron's bones, to flaming youth thy virtue be as wax, and melt in her own fire proclaim. No shame when the compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reaves and panders will.
Hamlet, speak to me no more. Thou turns my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such blackened grain and spots as will not leave their teeth.
Nay, but to live in a rank sweat of the enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
Speak to me no more. No more.
A slave that is not 20th but the type of your received lord. Vice of kings, but converse of the empire and the rule. If on a shelf the precious item stole and put it in his pocket, a game of shreds and patches. Save me, and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly gods. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come, your tardy son to chide? That lapsed in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say,
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul, conceive in weakest body, strongest words. Speak to her, Hamlet!
how is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? Did you bend your eye on vacancy with the incorporeal air to hold discord? Did your eyes, your spirits wildly peep, and like the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your matted hairs like white extra start up and stand on end? Gentle sun, on the keys of flame of thy distemper sprinkle cool patience. For under you look.
On him, look you, how pale he glares. His form and cause conjoined, preaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effect. Then what I have to do will want true color, tears which yet from blood.
Whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
All yet all that is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
Nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there! Look! How it steals away! My father! In his habit as he lived! Look where he goes, even now out at the portal!
The very coinage of your brain. It was creation ecstasy, very
Pulse as yours doth temperately beat high. It's not matters that I have other things to test, and either matter of lure, madness, or gamble from. The love of grace. Not that flattering unction to your soul that not your trespass but my madness speaks. Will the skin and film the ulcerous place? Those rank corruption, mining all within infects unseen. Fix yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds to make the breaker.
Hamlet, cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the coarser part of it and live the pure with the other half. Good night. Come on to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Good night. say, Lord, I do repent. If heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this and this with me, that I must be the scourge and minister, and will bestow him. And then to well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. This bad begins and worse remains behind.
What shall I do?
This by no means that I bid you do. Let the blunt king tempt you again to bed, and let him, for a pair of breachy kisses, make you unravel all this matter out. That I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
Thou sure that words be made of breath and breath of life, but have no life to breathe, and not is sent to me.
I was to England.
Lack, I had forgot.
There's letters sealed, and my two schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will adders fanged, they bear the mandate. This man shall set me packing. Blood the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night indeed. This counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave. Who was in life a foolish prating knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Let's go, Nate. Yeah.
This matter, these songs, these profound
Oh,
words
no,
must translate to fit we understand them. Where's your son?
My own Lord, what have I seen tonight?
How does Hamlet?
Mad as the sea and wind when both contend we just lie here. This lawless fit, by the arrows hearing something stir, rips out his rapier, cries a rat, and in this brainish apprehension kills the unseen fiddle.
Indeed. Did it so with us that we've been there? His liberty is full of good soul to you yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this little take yet? It will be laid to us. Providence should have him short, restrained, and out upon this mad young man. But so much was our love, we could not understand what was most fit to like the owner of a foul disease. To keep it from divulging, let it feed even on the pith of life. Where is he gone?
Draw apart the body he hath killed. For whom this very madness, like some aurum in a mineral of metal state, shows itself pure, he weeps for what is done.
The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed, we must with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! Friends both, go join you with some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go, seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you hasten this. Come, Gertrude. All of our wisest friends are looking for both what we mean to do and what has happened. Come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed.
What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust where 'tis kin.
Tell us where 'tis, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
God believe it. That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge what replication should be made by the son of a king.
Take you me for a sponge, my lord.
Aye, sir, that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king best service in the end. He keeps, like an egg in the corner of his jaw, first mouthed to be last swallowed. When he needs it is but squeezing you, and sponge you shall be dry again.
Understand you not, my lord.
I'm glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is, and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king, but the king is not with a body. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of nothing. Bring me to him.
I have sent to seek him and to find the body. Good teachers, it's that this man goes not yet. Must not we put the strong law on him? He's loved of the distracted multitude, who like not in their judgment, their eyes and learn to sow, defenders school. They're all smooth and even. The sudden sending him away must seem deliberate cause.
Asher, stop right there.
Desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. How now? What has befallen?
Where the body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
But where is he?
Without, my lord, guard. Know your pleasure.
Bring him before us.
Ho! Bring in the lord.
Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper?
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of worms are in at him. The worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures else to fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar is but variable service. 2 dishes, but to 1 table, that's the end. A man may fish with the worm that hath eat of a king, and eat of the fish that hath fed of that worm.
What does thou mean by this?
Nothing, but to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven! Send thither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But if you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
You will stay till you find him.
Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore, prepare thyself and art ready and windex. The associates tent and everything is bent
For England.
I am
Good.
so resolved our purpose.
I see a cherub that sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, dear mother.
Follow him at foot, tempt him with speed aboard. Delay it not, I'll have him hence tonight. Away! For everything is sealed and done that else things on the fair. Pray you make haste. And England, if my love thou hold'st in mind, as my great power thereof may give thee sense, since yet thy cicatrice looks raw and red after the Danish sword, and thy free pays homage to us, thou mayst not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports it full by letters congruing to that effect, the present death of Hamlet, doing. For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done, howe'er my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
Not speak with her.
For good she was spoken with, she makes too dangerous conjectures and ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in. My sick soul, since true nature is poisoned, prologue to some great abyss. Full of artless jealousy is guilt that spills itself in fearing to be spilled.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I, your true love, know from another one by his cockle hat and staff and his sandal shoe?
Alas, sweet lady, what reports the song?
Say you? Nay, pray you more. He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone.
Even Ophelia?
Pray you more. White his shroud as the mountain snow, lorded with sweet
Look here, my
flowers.
lord.
Which
How
power-
do you, pretty lady?
Well, did you? They say the owl was the baker's daughter. Lord, you know what we are. Know not what we may be. God be at your table.
See the mother, father.
Pray, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning time, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and dumped the chamber door. Let in the maid, the outer maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia, you...
Indeed, without an oath, I'll put an end on it. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. He answers, and so it ends up by yonder son if thou hast not come to my bed.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep to think that they would lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close. Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father slain, next your son gone, and he most violent author of his own just remove. The people muddied, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonius' death, and we have done but grandly in hugger-mugger to inter him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment, without the which we are pictures or mere beasts. Last, and as much containing as all these, her brother is in secret come from France, feeds on this wonder, keeps himself in clouds, and wants not buzzers to infect his ear with pestilent speeches of his father's death, wherein necessity of matter beggared will nothing stick our person to arraign in ear and ear. Oh, my dear Gertrude, it is like to a murdering beast in many places if we superfluous death.
Save yourself, my lord! The ocean, overpeering of this list, eats not the flanks with more impetuous haste than young Laertes, whom the Raja's head overbears your officers. A rabble will lord, and as the world were now about to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, ratifiers props of every word, they cry, choose we, Laertes shall be king. Hands and caps and tongue are bloody to the clouds. Laertes shall be king! Laertes king!
Cheerfully on the false tale they cry. So this is powder your false name is dog.
O thou vile king, give me my father.
Calm the good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm will make me bastard. Cries Capo, my father, grants the harlot even here, between the chaste and smirched brow of my true mother.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear our person.
Where is my father?
Dead, but not by you. Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, only I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world's. For my means I'll husband them so well they shall go far with little.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father, is writ in your revenge. The swoop stake, you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his good friends, thus wide I'll open my arms, and like the kind life-rendering pelican repast them with my blood.
Why now? You speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment here as day does to your eye.
He dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. Even thy madness shall be paid with weight till our scale turn the beam. The rose of May. Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens, it's possible young men's wits should be as mortal as an old man's life.
Fare you well, my dove.
Thou thy wits, swayed revenge could not move thus.
You must sing a downer, and you call him a downer. Oh, the wheel becomes it. It was the false steward that stole his master's daughter.
There's nothing more than that.
There's Rosemary. That's for remembrance. May you love. Remember? There's pansies. That's for thoughts.
Even from madness, thoughts and remembrance fitted.
There's venom for you. And columbines. There's brew for you. There's some for me. They call it herb grace of Sundays. You must wear your brew with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets. They withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end.
Passion, hell itself she turns to favor and to prettiness.
His beard as white as snow. All flaxen was his fault. He is gone! He is gone! And we cast away both. God have mercy on his soul, and of all Christian souls. God by you.
Did you see this? Oh, God.
Laertes, I must commune with your grief when you deny me right. Go but apart. Make choice of whom your wisest friends you will, and they shall hear and judge twixt you and me. If by direct or by collateral hand they find us such, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
If this be so, his means of death, his obscure funeral, no trophy, sword, nor hatchment, or his bones, no noble right, nor formal ostentation, cried to be heard, as though from heaven to earth, that I must call you Christian.
So you shall. And where the fence is, let the great axe fall. I pray you go with me.
God bless you, sir.
Let him bless you too.
He shall, sir, and it please him. There's a letter for you, sir. It came from the ambassador that was bound for England, if your name be Horatio, as I'm led to know it is.
Horatio, thou shalt have overlooked this. Give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate, a very warlike appointment, gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow to sail, put on held valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ships, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves at mercy, but they knew what they did. I'm to do a turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb, yet are they much too like to the core of the matter. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. He thou knowest thine, Hamlet. Come, I will give you way for these your letters, and do it the speedier that you may bring me to him from whom you brought them.
Now must your conscience my acquittance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friends that you have heard, and with a knowing ear that he, which hath your noble father slain, pursued my life.
So have I a noble father lost, sister driven into desperate terms, whose words and praises may go back against the challenger amount of all the age for her perfections. My revenge will come.
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. Yes, to your majesty, and it is to the queen.
From Hamlet, we brought them.
Sailors, my lord, they say. I shall be known.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, but I shall first asking your pardon, whereas you have now the occasion of my sudden and strange return. If he be now returned, at his voyage, and that he means no more to undertake, I will work him to the next voyage. Now right in mine advice, under the which he shall not choose, but fall. And for his death, no wind of flame shall quench, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident. Some 2 months since here was a gentleman of Normandy. He made a confession of you and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially, that he cried out, "'Twould be a sight indeed if one could match you, but to the quick of this. What would you undertake to show yourself indeed your father's son, more than in words?
Cut his throat in the church.
No place indeed should murder sensualize. Revenge should have no paths. But good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet return shall know you are come home. will put on those shall praise his excellence, and set a double watch on favor, bring you and fine together, and wager on your cause. He, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unmated, and in a passive practice, requite him for your fun.
I will do it. For that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought an elk of a mountain, so mortal, that but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataclysm so rare, collected from all simples that a virtue under the moon, can save a thing from death. This is not scratched with all. Touch my point with this contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
As for the thick of this, weigh what convenience both of time and means may fit us to our sake. If this should fail, and let our drift look through our bad performance to a better novice, therefore this project shall have a back. Or second, I might hold if this did last and prove soft. Let me see. Make a solemn wager on your cunnings. A hat. When in your motion you are hot and dry, as make your vows more violent to that end, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared a chalice for him, whereon when sitting, if he by chance escape your venom stud, our purpose may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
Drowned? Oh, where?
Down for reading photograph himself. Both spread wide and mermaid like a while they bore her up. Matches of old laws, when it's capable of her own distress and like a creature native and imbued into that element. Long it could not be. But the garment, heavy with her drink, all to the poor wretch, her melodious lay, not his death.
Yes. But she is drowned. Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Yet it is our trick. Nature custom holds, let shame say what it will. When these are gone, the woman will be out. I have a such fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
Follow her trip. How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now fear I this, started up again. Therefore let's follow.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is. Therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it Christian burial.
Well, thou sayest. And the more pity that great folk in this world should have countenance to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade. There's no ancient gentleman with gardeners, ditchers, and rag makers. They hold up that as profession.
Was he a gentleman?
Oh, he was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
But thou a heathen? How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says, Adam dig. Would he dig without arms?
Oh,
Put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, then confess thy
go
shalt.
to!
What is he that built stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker. For that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
Unlike they went well in good faith, then the gallows does well. How does it well? It does well to those that do ill. And thou dost ill to say the gallows has been stronger than the church. Argo, the gallows may do well to thee. Do it again, come.
Who builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Tell me that in a yoke.
Harry, now I can tell him. I cannot tell.
Cudgel thy brains no more about it. For when you are asked this question next, say, a grave man. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Go, get into yard. Fetch me a stoop of liquor. because it was very sweet. No contract all the time. Hey, mighty ho. Oh, there was nothing of each.
Has this fella no feeling of his business? He sings in grave making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
So, and of little importance have the dainty sense.
His healing steps clawed me in his clutch and shift me off into the land as a boy never been such.
That's so out of touch. See, how many jowls into the ground is just Kane's jawbone that just first murder. I will speak. Who swears this?
Right, sir. A bit of clay for to be paid is hard.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
Well, you lie out on, sir, therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it. Yes, it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it to be an insatiate lie. It is for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
Yeah. It is a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again, from me to you.
What man does that mean?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none, neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
When it was a woman, sir, but rest her soul. She's dead.
How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo it. How long has thou been grave maker?
All the days of the year I came to it the day our last King Hamlet was over King Fortinbras.
How long is that, sir?
When young King Hamlet was born, of he that is mad and sent into England.
Aye, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there. Or if they do not, there's no great matter there.
Why?
To not be seen in him there. There, the men are as mad as he. Very strangely, they say.
How?
Came even with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark. I have been such a man and boy some 30 years.
How long will a man lie in here until he rot?
Faith, if he be not rotten, when he died, as we have many pocky corpses nowadays that scarce hold the laying in, it will last you some 8 or 9 years. A tanner will last you 9 years.
Why, he more than another.
My sir, his hide is so tanned with this trade, it will hold out water a great while. And your water is of sore decay of your horse and dead flesh. Here's a skull now, have lied you in the air some 23 years.
Whose was it?
Ah, the horse and that fellow it was. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull. The king's jester!
Yes. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times, and now, how bored in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I've kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that will have to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your ungrinning? Quite chop calling? I'll get you to my lady's chamber and tell her that her paint an inch thick. For this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Does thou think Alexander looked to this fashion in the earth?
E'en so?
And smelt some? Oh.
E'en so, my lord.
Soft. Wow, here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. Who is this they follow? And with such maimed rites, this doth betoken the corpse they followed did with desperate hand for to its own life. It was a summacy,
What ceremony else?
And his laerty is a very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else? Her obsequies have been as far and large as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but the great power o'ersways the order. She should in ground unsanctified been lodged for the last trumpet. Charitable prayers, shards, flints, pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she's allowed her virgin rites, her maiden instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial. No more be done. No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead to sing a requiem in such rest to her as the peace-parted souls.
Later in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violence spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, the ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest out.
Fair Ophelia.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. Hope thou shouldst admit my Hamlet's bride. Of thy bride bed to her deck, sweet maiden, let us stir thy grave.
Treble woes. 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off here a while, till I have got her once more in mine arms. Now throw your dust upon both quick and dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made, to o'ertop old Pelion, with the skyish head of blue Olympus.
Hey, what is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul!
The priest not well. I prithee, take thy fingers from my throat, for though I am not splendid and wrath, yet have I in me something dangerous, which let thy wisdom fear. Oh, hold off thy hand!
Pluck them asunder!
Hamlet, Hamlet!
Good my lord, be quiet!
I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids will no longer wag.
Oh, my son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia! 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
He is bad, Laertes!
Love of God forbear him.
Swoon solely without due. Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, would drink of idol, eat a crocodile. I'll do it. Just come here to whine. Thou face me with leaping in her grave. Be buried quick with her and so alive. And if thou prate up mountains, let them throw millions of acres on us, till our ground, singeing his pate against the burning zone, make also like a wart. Nay, now thou rant as well as thou.
Mere madness. And thus a while the fit will work on him. Anon, as patient as the female dove when that her golden couplets are disposed, his silence will sit drooping.
What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever. It is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
I pray thee, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night. We'll put the matter to the present. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your son. This grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet. Shortly shall we see. Till then, in patience, our proceeding be.
There's a divinity that shapes our ends. Rough to them, how we will.
That's most certain.
Up from my bed, my sea gown scarfed about me, in the dark, rope tied to find out that I might have fingered their packet, and in fine withdrew to mine own room again, making so bold, my fears forgetting managed to unseal the Grand Commission, where I found Horatio. Royal Navy, an exact command, larded with many several sorts of reasons, supporting Denmark's health, and England's too. But such bugs and goblins in my life, that on the supervised, no leisure baited, no, not to say the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off.
Is possible?
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure, but wilt thou hear now how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
Being thus benetted around with villainies, ere I could make a prologue to my brains, they had begun the play. I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair, an earnest conjuration from the king, as England was as faithful tributary as love between them like the palm might flourish, that on the view and knowing of these contents, without debatement further, more or less, he should those bearers put to sudden death, not shriving time allowed.
But how was this sealed up?
But even in that was heaven ordinate. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the model of that Danish seal. Folded the writ up in the form of the other, subscribed it, gave it the impression, placed it safely, the changeling never known. Now, the next day was our sea fight, and whether this was secret, thou knowest already.
The Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
Why, man, they did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience, their defeat, just by their own insinuation grow. But I am very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself. For by the image of my cause I see the portraiture of his. I'll court his favor. But sure, the bravery of his grief put me into a towering passion.
Peace! Who goes there?
Your lordship is right to welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Does know this waterfly?
No, my lord.
Thy state is the more gracious, for 'tis a vice to know her. She hath much land and fertile, 'tis a chuff, but as I say, spacious in the possession of dirt.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I will receive it, sir, with all diligence of spirit. Your bonnet was right used is for the head.
I thank my lordship, and it's very hot.
Believe me, 'tis very cold, the winds northerly.
It is indifferently cold, my lord, indeed.
Oh, but yet methinks it is very sultry and hot for my complexion.
Exceedingly, my lord. It is very sultry, as it were. I cannot tell how. Sir, the king has bade me signify to you that he has placed a great wager on your head, so this is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Yea, my lord, hold my ease in good faith. Sir, is this really come to the point of laerties? Oh, believe me, an absolute gentleman with full of most excellent differences, a very soft to society, and great showing. You're not ignorant at what excellence laerties is at his weapon.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but...
Well, the king, sir, has laid, sir, that in dozen passages between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. And he has placed on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate triumph. Your lordship would well see the answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean, my lord, that opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall, if it please his majesty. It is the breathing time of day for me. Let the foils be brought, the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I will win for him if I can. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame, and the odd hit.
Shall I deliver you so?
To this effect, sir, after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours? She does well to commend it herself. There are no tongues else for her turn.
You will lose, my lord.
I do not think so. Since you went into France, I've been in continual practice. I shall win, the odds. Thou wouldst not think how ill is here about my heart, but it is no matter.
Nay, good my lord.
It is but foolery, but it is such a kind of gain-giving as would perhaps trouble a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey me. I will forestall the repair hither and say you are not
a wit. We defy augury. There is special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is whole. Since no man of aught he leaves knows aught, what is it to leave the times? Let be.
Come, Hamlet. Come and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong, but pardon it, as you are a gentleman. This peasant knows, and you must needs have heard how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was it Hamlet wronged Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be ta'en away, and when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, but Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? His madness. If it be so, Hamlet is of the faction that is wrong. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot my arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied with nature, whose motive in this case should stir in both. But in my terms of honor I stand aloof. We will no reconcilement, though by some elder masters who know that I have a voice and precedent in peace, to keep my name on board. But until that time, I do receive your offered love, like love, will not promise.
Embrace it freely. And will this brother's wager frankly pledge? Give us the foils.
Someone for me?
I'll be your foil, Laertes. In mine ignorance, your skill shall, like a star in the darkest night, stick fiery off, indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds to the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I've seen you both, but since he is better, we have therefore odds.
This is too heavy.
This likes me well. These foils have all the length.
Aye, good lord.
If Hamlet give the first or second hit, or quit in answer of the third exchange, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and in the cup and union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown have worn. Come, begin, and you the judges bear wary eye.
On, sir.
Nothing either way.
Come, my lord.
Daddy, we're going to the Elsinore.
Judgment!
A hit! Very palpable hit!
Well, again.
Stay! Henry, Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Send it my way. Another hit, what say you?
You confess it.
Our son, Joanne. Fat, scant of breath.
Here, Hamlet, take mine now. Rub thy
Carouse us to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good, madam.
Do not drink. No, my lord. Pardon me. It's a poison cup. It's too late.
I dare not drink it, madam, by and by.
I really like my
Hit it now. It is almost against my conscience.
Come for the third Laertes. You do but dally. Pray you pass with your best violence. I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on there!
Pardon me, it's sense.
Have at you now!
Come again.
They beat up both sides! How is it, my lord?
Why, as a woodcock to mine own spring daughter, I'm justly killed by no treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No! No! The drink! Oh, my dear Hamlet! Drink! It's poison!
Villainy! How let the door be lost? Treachery, seek it
It
out!
is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour's life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unfaded and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Oh, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother is poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
And venom too. Then venom to thy work!
Will you defend me, friend? My mother!
Here, those murderous Dane, drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
Justly, sir. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, Hamlet. Mine and my father's deaths come not on thee, nor thine on me.
I make thee free of it. I follow thee. Oh, I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, that you that look pale and tremble at this chance, that are but mutes or audience to this act. Had I but time, with this felled Sergeant Death is strict in his arrest. Oh, I could tell you. But let it be. Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I'm more the antique Roman than the Dane. There's yet some liquor left.
As thou's a man, give me the cup! Let go! By heaven, I'll have it! Oh, God, Horatio, what a wounded name. Think standing thus unknown shall I leave behind me. If thou dost ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio! The potent poison quite o'ergrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Good night, sweet prince. The flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.